addiction possibly being a house 6 matter, which means addictions can be considered an illness. What I can say from observation is that addictions can have a physical component. Any substance has an elemental quality. Alcohol, in the first few minutes of ingestion, gives you a spike of fire. Soon after that, the dryness subsides, and you become highly sanguine, very active, and very connecting. Just observe when you or somebody near you are drunk, the impetus to act and connect with things and people around you. When time passes, the elemental quality of alcohol changes with the chemical interactions in the body. You begin to cool down. A few hours later, you become extremely cold and moist. So if you take the elemental factor in relation to alcohol, yes, it certainly has an impact. You may use that substance to achieve more balance. So if you're extremely stressed, for example, which means you're very hot and very dry, you're angry, irritated, you drink a glass of wine and it calms you down because it adds water to your system. From that point of view, alcohol can be therapeutic. We're talking about its purpose or action within the context. So it would become a house 10 issue. Some time ago, people used to drink whiskey before performing a dental extraction. So if you have a situation where you are imbalanced elementally, you can take any substance that's appropriate to achieve balance. What happens in relation to addiction is that to do that therapeutically, you need either knowledge or you need guidance from somebody who has that knowledge. And people rarely do that. And without knowledge and without guidance, you are left to your own devices. And most of us are not doctors. We're not experienced healers. So we begin to make mistake after mistake. And that's when addiction ceases to be simply a question of some kind of chemical or elemental imbalance. You suffer or you're stressed or something happens in your life and you take a glass of wine. The next day you take 2 glasses of wine, and then 3, and then 4. And then you become an alcoholic because of the habit. And all was possibly originally just because of a chemical or elemental imbalance. So how do you deal with that imbalance makes a difference. If we're going to establish that the alcoholism or addiction is simply a matter of house 6 or not, it can quickly become a house 12 matter, even though possibly it started in house 6. So in summary, we have to analyze the context and not create some kind of theoretical general rule about this. Each situation is different, and the astrologer has to respect that.